Okay. Hi, my baby boos out there. I'm your goddess Nazca. Yeah, what truck on what reacting to?
I'm laughing at fuck around and find the era of fuck around and find out is happening.
Oh, no.
Basically, Jimmy Kimmel got technically suspended, but
no, they don't want to permanently fire him.
from what it sounds like, he's pretty well done on a show.
What is? I don't even know who Jimmy Kimmel is. Like,
He's a comedian. He was actually that's where I got the Man Show idea from, doing the jumping on bikini thing.
Oh.
He was actually funny. He was actually pretty good like 20 years ago, and now he's just a cuck.
A cuck.
The funniest thing Jimmy Kimmel ever did was get fired for being unfunny. But somehow, the left is more panicked about free speech costing a guy his TV show than free speech costing a guy his life. As this is Kimmel's controversial...
Yeah, you're right. Ultimately, getting rid of him would be smart to add something new. Because how old is his show and how old is he?
I don't know, but I know all of late night has been kind of dying lately.
Who even watches cable anymore?
Well, that's another point. Yeah, who's watching cable?
Old people.
Yeah, 20 year old. It was
20 years ago. Okay, I was too young to know him when he was funny. Yeah.
Yeah, he was funny from
segment in question.
When he wasn't woke.
Over the weekend, with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them, and doing everything they can to score political points from it.
What?
You mean the guy who dated who was a furry who dated a trans woman is on the right?
You know, from what I've heard, his family, like, obviously his dad, because his dad turned him in.
Yeah.
And he was a ex kind of police officer, right?
Yeah.
So he was probably raised on right values and junk.
He went to college.
He went to college and I guess fucked up his brain. And he became a leftist. So, yeah, just because he was raised on right values doesn't mean he kept them.
Charlie.
People change.
Greg Redfield.
For best or for worse.
Yeah, Greg Redfield is funny. Redfield, you know.
The next day, his show's doors were closed, as they sent away him and his team. As Nextdoor quickly announced, they object to Jimmy's offensive comments and will no longer air his show for the foreseeable future, which prompted Sinclair to do the same on their ABC stations, making a statement that on Friday, they will air a special remembrance of Charlie Kirk instead, calling upon Kimmel to issue a public apology and a personal donation to the Kirk family and Turning Point USA. But judging by the Hollywood Reporter, Jimmy wasn't going to apologize, he was just going to double down.
Jimmy Kimmel was fired because he had bad ratings more than anything else, and he said a horrible thing about a great gentleman known as Charlie Kirk, and Jimmy Kimmel is not a talented person.
Did they show the horrible thing he said by chance?
I think he's going to.
They haven't yet? Okay. I watched hot shots right after. Huh. College brainwashes. Yes. College is the great brainwashing. Trucker man, you're lucky.
To be fair, the first...
of course, when you went to college in, was it Kansas or Missouri?
Southern Missouri. Well, first I went to a community college for 3 years, got my electives out. Then I went to a basic university. So.
And you were trying to get a degree in something real because you wanted to be a police officer.
Yeah.
Very bad ratings, and they should have fired him a long time ago.
Yep,
so,
waste of money.
You know, you can call that free speech or not.
Famous person
He was fired for lack of talent.
And Trump was right.
Oh, yeah, I guess
I
you
mean,
could
this
say
is
that.
their Jimmy Kimmel Live. That's his ratings, which that's in the toilet.
Ugh.
Tonight show, that's being like canceled because it's losing money. All these shows were losing money.
Yeah, look at that one high peak there, and it just went whoop! Like the Mamba.
Yeah.
Jimmy Kimmel, alongside all the left-wing late-night hosts, have been completely slipping out of relevance. And just like any workplace that has an employee that's slowly declined over time, it's hard to terminate their contract over mediocrity. But given the
college didn't radicalize Truckee either.
Of course, I didn't have any of those teachers like that either. So.
Yeah. You went to college in a state that's not corrupt in the same way as like California and whatever.
Even though I probably knew a couple people like that at college, but
the opportunity, like public backlash over brazenly false information regarding a national tragedy, the bosses will jump on firing you while they can still pass off the blame on everybody else. But leave it to the corporate media to make this business decision about their Trump derangement syndrome, with MSNBC coming out in full force.
Donald Trump's ongoing campaign to crack down on free speech, dominate the media, and essentially render...
You know, it's not that. What it was is, his ratings were in the toilet. ABC wanted a reason to get rid of him. They just used it. Hey, it's a win-win for ABC. They get rid of a show that's losing money. They can look like the good guys.
Yep, true.
I mean, at the end of the day, all these companies, they just care about money.
Right. And right now, the way to get money is to focus on the right because that's where our president is.
Or just pretend.
Yep, of course. I went to college before any of it was a thing. Yeah, okay. I think so too. You know.
Under the First Amendment, meaningless.
Schools was much better in the 90s to the early 2000s. School was just a nightmare. Ugh. God, I hated school. I learned nothing, and I just, how I came out of it with I came out of school with no knowledge and low self-esteem.
Censorship state.
There will be a kind of deployment of law enforcement, of the state apparatus.
Congressman on CNN echoing the same nonsense.
Jimmy Kimmel is a late-night host. He's a comedian. We have the First Amendment in this country, and it's pretty clear that this is a direct attack on free speech. And
America is a less free place if late night...
Wow. America's less free.
You know what the difference is?
You know what I remember? How they censored a guy's truck for having a picture of Joe Biden on the tailgate with him hogtied, and they thought that was offensive.
Well, here's the difference between Charlie Kirk and Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel can go home. He's gonna go home to one of his 4 mansions. Charlie Kirk doesn't. Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel, sadly, he's gonna have to sell one of his 4 mansions to get by. So.
Right.
Comedians cannot do and say what they want.
They're literally trying to say we're less free if private companies aren't forced to promote their propaganda at a financial loss. As let's be clear,
I swear, I got no knowledge from school. I feel like the only time I learned anything was from anime. Anime was my teacher.
Discovery
Channel's recent comments
I loved watching
compared to the
Animal
deranged
Planet.
things he said before. The corporations didn't suddenly grow a spine. It's just that Kimmel isn't entertaining anymore. As I guarantee, if he was putting out gut-filled numbers,
Fauci.
they'd let him get away with anything because nobody fires an...
It doesn't matter if he is a comedian. He wasn't fired over a joke. He was fired over lying about a murder. Oh. There you go.
My senpai knows.
Out of my senpai.
I think he was let go because he was losing the money, and they found a reason to get rid of him.
There you go.
And all these media tears just remind us how they simply have zero actual virtues. Where Western Lensman found the perfect example on MSDNC.
And this is just the latest chapter in Donald Trump's ongoing campaign to crack down on free speech, dominate the media, and essentially render the First Amendment meaningless. Tucker Carlson, just fired from his third network, he believed he could say anything, no matter how vile, no matter how disgusting.
That's a good point.
What did he say? What did Tucker Carlson ever say that was that bad?
I think because Fox got sued over the Dominion voting thing.
You know, to this day, I still don't know why Tucker Carlson got fired.
Yeah, but these people weren't crying then, so what are they crying now?
No matter how offensive, no matter dehumanizing or belittling. And if you act like a sociopath over and over and over and over, you will become unpopular on the national stage.
That's a completely different opinion you have there, buddy. So, one side gets special treatment, the other side doesn't.
As far as me and him have the same haircut.
No, you don't.
Ah.
That's just like a basic principle. Over time, probably not going to work out well for you in the long run.
Nah.
It's almost like you could cut the Kyron and stock images off the clips, swap the audios, and he easily could be talking about Kimmel, where these left-wing news personalities have become the equivalency of ESPN's Stephen A. Smith. As he's not paid to be objective about sports reporting, he's paid because if you told him to fill 20 minutes of TV time about why Tom Brady is overrated, he could easily follow it up with 20 minutes of TV time of why Tom Brady is the greatest. That's fine with sports gossip, but just proves that left-leaning media doesn't care about the truth or about...
Shitty guy that blames everyone's problems on
Yeah,
Israel.
he's gone down the crazy road the last...
Tucker Carlson?
Yeah.
Weird how things change people and junk. I used to love watching
just whatever
these,
narrative they're currently
Fox
force-feeding
videos.
their audience. So of course CNN goes back to fear-mongering.
It is outrageous. It's a page right out of Xi's playbook. It doesn't matter whether you agree with Kimmel or not. He has the right to free speech. And so it is just outrageous. It is indicative of autocracy, and I am just outraged by it. Again, this is what dictators do. This is what Xi would do. This is what Putin would do.
As MSNBC is even worse.
I built a Holocaust museum with survivors. I've also read a whole lot about authoritarian regimes. This is the playbook, folks.
The Democrat governor from Illinois actually just tried to compare the Holocaust to an unfunny comedian getting his show canceled. Not only is this incredibly disrespectful, but just reveals how desperate the Democrats have become, as Jimmy Kimmel is just another one of their guys added to a long list of idiots that lost their left-wing platform.
Point. The Democrats love to compare things to actual tragedies. Like, for example, when they're like, January 6th is worse than 9/11.
They still bring that up.
It pisses me off.
As that
Nothing
last
even
one
really
has been
happened
freaking out
January
over this
6th.
online.
Jimmy Kimmel, they're trying to cancel Jimmy Kimmel. I'm sure you've heard the news by now. The folks who are complaining about killing comedy are killing comedy. The folks who are complaining about canceling people are canceling people.
Which is funny because on an Instagram account with 1.6 million followers, he was just going live to a total of 600 people.
If you factor in that our follower to people actually watching us rate, we're doing better than he is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you got 1 point...
I keep forgetting about January 6th at times. I know, right? It was such a nothing burger. It's just people who were mad because even... Okay, I know a hot topic, weird conspiracy, blah, 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 blah. But even I was watching the election back in 2020 that day, and I was like, why did they pause the election? Wasn't that kind of weird? I mean, I'm not sure how much, like, truth there was behind on the whole election being, like, taken and junk from Trump and junk back then. I'm not sure how much truth there is to that. But you gotta admit, when they paused the election, that's the first time that had ever happened, right?
I believe so.
So that's kind of sketchy already, right there.
Well, it's also a question, where all those 20 million voters went for Joe Biden?
Mm-hmm.
So...
This guy used to have his own show on primetime cable, and now he's out there making TikToks nobody cares about. So it kind of makes sense that all these mainstream media personalities are panicking over Jimmy's cancellation, because it's just a sign that they might be the next Don Lemon. But nobody should feel bad for Jimmy losing his livelihood, or anybody on his staff for that matter, as his show previously celebrated Tucker Carlson's cancellation.
Fox News has severed bow ties with Tucker Carlson. After all these years, they are parting ways, which means he was fired. I mean, that's really what parting ways means.
The same with you now. Ha 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 ha. Karma. It goes round, comes back again.
After BLM and mostly peaceful...
Mostly, you mean, I call them fire protests. Pro-Hamas protests. I think January 6th was nothing. Yeah, they just went to the Capitol to actually have a peaceful protest. They were let in. Only one person was killed, if I recall, because of a police officer having a trigger finger.
Yeah.
What a shock. I mean, what an absolutely delightful shock this is.
laughed about Roseanne's cancellation.
The biggest story of the day today was Roseanne. Roseanne, you're not going to believe this, but she tweeted. God damn. I know, yeah,
Strap
right.
on.
The president did it too. It's crazy. Anyway, ABC decided to cancel.
As he even made memes about Trump losing his ability to speak freely, but most importantly, advocated for the cancellation of you.
Vaccinated person having a heart attack? Yes, come right on in. We'll take care of you. Unvaccinated guy who gobbled horse goo? Rest in peace, Wheezy.
Yeah, that's disgusting. I'm still pissed at you for making me take the,
To be fair, we took the J&J one.
Johnson & Johnson, COVID vaccine.
It was only the one shot. I thought we'd be done with it.
You just didn't want to get fired.
I didn't know they were going to do that or not. I'm surprised they didn't make that part of requirement to get your CDL. Like, your med card. I'm
glad. I would hope that... See, now that's something to protest against. Can I say something? Yes, you can say whatever you feel.
Just don't drop slurs.
Just don't drop slurs? You just did, but go ahead.
Laughing at hospitals denying care to anybody that didn't listen to his propaganda is probably why people stopped listening to him.
Did the one.
The funny part is, if the network didn't cancel...
Neither. I've never either. You're not alone in that.
I only seen his clips and it's like, yeah, he's retarded.
I need Trucker Man to even tell me who this person was.
To this show, the left likely would have eventually, as South Park had to cancel their upcoming episode for
Yeah, they pushed back to South Park.
No!
So that's why we didn't have South Park this week.
No! But you got me into watching Beavis and Butthead now.
Massey.
Who in chat wants some Massey?
And now leftists online are calling to cancel anything Disney related, which is hilarious, as they always eventually turn on each other. Again, proving no matter how many years of representation, inclusion, and progressive intent, they're always one step away from failing the left's ever-changing parity test. As once you bend the knee to the woke mob, you'll eventually be on...
Guess what? Wait, what? What happened there?
What?
So if you appreciate my...
Wait, go back. Where? I need to read that. What did that say? What
failing
happened?
the left's ever-changing parity test. As once you bend the knee to the woke mob, you'll eventually be on...
Guess we can't say that joke here, but you won't hear me crying about it. Huh. Interesting.
So if you appreciate my insights...
I don't think anyone's a fan here of that guy. We're roasting him because he got fired. I want to watch Beavis and Butthead.
The new shows are good.
Yeah, I've been getting into it from the new Beavis and Butthead that came out.
And you said you hated it.
I was surprised how funny it was.
Quick little power cleanser.
No, you're good. You're good. There are no fans of Jimmy Kimmel here. A joke YouTube can't handle. Yeah, apparently.
The ice burned out.
It burned. Adult cartoons like South Park are not my thing. Aww. That's cool. That's cool.
Beavis and Butthead.
Never found those funny. I never liked Beavis and Butthead growing up. Trucker Man forced me to watch it, and I actually thought it was really funny. I like dumb jokes.
Heart attack, you ran him over.
What's wrong with fans? Why, I hate fans. Nothing's wrong with fans. You can like whatever you like. I'm just saying, I don't think any of you are Jimmy Kimmel fans here. Guess what else is new? Okay, thank you all for joining us for this video. Goodbye.
Thank you all for joining me. Please like, subscribe, and comment. It would make me very happy. Kiss, kiss, hug, hug.